Okay, so today we will do something which you are very familiar with,
Mhm.
data structure. Data structure in Python.
Done.
Python has some built-in capabilities of handling those data structure. If you can remember, you have in data structure those all stack, queue, linked list. Okay, those are all data structures. But
Mhm.
in Python, you have something new. New in sense how you can structure your data. You can use them as you can call them maybe as data
Mm.
types also. Like you have list.
Mm.
You also have tuples, something called tuple. You have set, and very famous you have
Dictionary.
dictionary. Now what these all are actually, today we will do this part. Okay, see, Python directly have no array. Okay, Python has no array. I hope you all familiar with array, no?
Yes.
It's a very important construct in programming in order to store the data. Okay, what is an array?
Yes.
Array is a structure where you can store
Store
sequential
that
data, right?
and similar type of data.
Similar type of data, but um, in some programming languages you may have heterogeneous types of data you can store in array also. But the
Okay.
sequence, that 0 1 2, all the data
Mm.
that you put in array comes into
S-
sequence now.
Yes.
So that is a
Sequential
sequential
stores.
arrangement of data that you can store in an array. But Python misses those concept of array. Okay, rather think in that way. See, they are going to use that capability, that sequential capability, in some different forms. One of them is list.
Okay.
Okay, now what is a list? List in Python are basically used to store multiple items. Any type of item you can store in a list. In normal life, whatever you understand by means of a list, that is represented in Python as list. Okay, you can
Okay.
have a list just like a variable. You can have an integer variable, you can have a string variable. So like that, you will have a list. Okay, now what is a list in Python? In Python, a list is a collection of data items, but in a sequential manner. Okay, so the other kind of sequential data structure are something like that: tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, now in Python, lists are recognized as the square brackets. Okay, lists
Okay.
are recognized as square bracket, whereas Python, a list and Python are very closely related, almost same, just one or two differences. Py Tuples are recognized as these parentheses. Okay,
Okay.
so in Python, lists are recognized as the square bracket, and tuples are recognized as this parentheses. Okay,
Parenthesis.
so today we will discuss in detail about list. Hmm? Okay, let's move into the PPT. But before that, we will start our editor.
I, Ideally.
Ideally, but today we like to go with Visual Studio.
Sure. Okay.
Let me close this folder, then add this folder. Okay, quickly checking whether this VS Code is capable of handling Python code. Okay,
Okay.
how to check? Just give a Python command, low, and what we will do, we will run this command. Before that, we would like to save it, run it, run without debugging. Here you will get the result, hello. So that means our VS Code is equipped with Python
Python.
interpreter. Okay, how to do that? By taking an extension, suitable extension. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Next, I hope we already have discussed how to install Python in VS Code na, in our first one or two classes.
Yes.
Anyway, so let's open the PPT. Recursion part was complete. See, this is the list, Python list data structure. It's a data structure. Okay.
Okay.
So what is a list? A list is a sequence of values. Now, what is a sequence of values? This is a sequence of values. You just try to understand these points. It's a very big thing, list, and many things you can do with a list in Python, and in many programs, a list is an important data structure. Okay,
Mm.
so just keep in mind these points, explore this point, you will get an idea, get a good idea about the string. Okay, sorry, list. So what is a list? List is a sequence of values. It's a sequence of values. Sequence means this one, the
Mm.
first data, this is the second data, this is the third data, like that. Okay, and you
Okay.
will find every essence of array in it.
Mm.
As if the first data, you can say it is a zeroth index data. Okay, so next one is 1, this one is 2, and this one is 3. So in every sense you can take it as an array, although it is not an array.
Yes.
It called list in Python, but since it is a sequence of values, so the sequence number, you can say it as an index number, starts from 0 and go up to the end of the list. Okay,
And
it can hold any type of value, means, see here, this is a list. Okay, but
mm.
this list contains only integer data, but you can store any type of data. Okay, even a mixed type of data you can store in a list. Okay, see here, this
Okay.
is a list. Okay, this is again a list of some strings. This you can say
Mm.
list of some integers, this is a list of some strings. Okay, now these lists are, you can say, these are constant list, means these has no name, but
Mm.
this list has a name. Okay,
Okay.
flowers, suppose you want to do some programming with some flowers. Okay, maybe some, you have
Okay.
some flower bouquet uh, center,
Mm.
or okay, boutique. Okay, flower boutique.
Okay.
So you deals with different types of flowers. Now
Mm.
how you will store the names of the flowers that you are dealing with? You can quickly take a
Mm.
list and store all the available names of the flowers that you are dealing with, and give a name. So this is the name of the list. Okay, flowers is the name of the list, equal to, and within square bracket you can put the available flower names. Okay, so this way you can take a named list. This is the name of the list. Again,
List.
this is the name of the list. You can declare an empty list like that. A single square
Mm.
bracket gives you an empty list. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Mm, just come here, see this part. You can take an empty list in this way also. This is a list function. This is called a list function. Okay, using this list function, you can take an empty list.
Empty
Suppose,
list.
see here, emp is equal to list. Suppose we are doing a program. The our program will maybe mm, doing some wages calculation for employees in a company. Okay, so
Okay.
initially I am taking a creating a list empty, which will represent all the employees in my company. Okay, so
Mm.
later this emp list will be populated with all the names of the employees in my company. Okay, so initially I will
Mm.
declare a list like that. By writing
Okay.
this, you will get a list emp with no value. It's an empty list.
Mm.
Okay, so these are the two ways how you can create an empty list
Empty
in
list.
your program. Okay,
Mm.
okay, how to print a list? By using just inside the print function, if you mention the name of the list, then
We
the
can.
whole content of the list will be printed like that. Okay,
Okay.
whole content of the list will be printed like that. Okay, obviously there
Okay.
are some more sophisticated way of printing the items of the list. We will do
Mm.
it in the demonstration part. Okay,
Mm.
so this is the way how you can have a list. This is the way how your list in Python looks like, and how to print the list. Okay, and what are the index of a list? Index are the position of the
Good.
elements in the list. Okay,
Okay.
okay, a list within another list is called nested list. So you have something called nested list. Okay,
Mm. Okay.
see here, this is a list. Inside that list you can have some other list like that, comma. Inside this list you may have some other list. So this is called
Nested
nested
list.
list. Okay, if you require, you can take a nested list in your program also, like that. See here, this is a string value, this is a float or double value, this is an integer value, and this item itself is a list.
Nested
Okay,
list.
so this is a nested list. Okay, you can create a nested list also. Okay, in array concept, you can remember that a two-dimension array. You remember
Mm.
the two-dimension
Yes.
array?
Yes.
Its
Yes.
subscripts are like that, two consecutive
Two
square
subscript.
brackets. Okay,
Mm.
so what is a two-dimension array? So one array, another array, okay, another array. Okay, so now I can call, these are the three different arrays inside one single array. Can I call it?
Yes.
Okay. In that way, we can call a two-dimension array a nested array also. Okay. In a similar concept, you can have a nested list. Nested list is the similar concept of two-dimensional array, but in two-dimensional array, there was a constraint. That means you have to define the length of each dimension. Na?
Yes.
In case of list, you are not you do not have that kind of constraint. You can have any number of items, and the length of each item can be of different size also altogether. Okay,
Mm.
okay, so next point is our a list that contains no element is called empty list. Okay, we know that we can access the element of the list using the square bracket, just like array.
Mm.
You can use the square bracket to access the elements of a list. Okay, say if your list is flowers, name of the list is flowers, so flowers 0 will give you what? Rose, right? If you write
Yes.
flower 1, then you will get lotus. Okay, so this is the way how you can access each individual
E-
elements of the
Elements from the
list.
list.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, the value inside the square bracket is called index. I told you. Unlike
Mm.
string, okay. Now there is an important discussion. What is a string and what is a list? You know what is a string. Now you come to know what is a list. Okay.
Mm.
In some other sense, you can call a string as a list of some characters also. Like suppose you are taking a string like that, say India,
mm,
India, okay, India. So you can call this string, this is a string str, it
yes,
is a type of str, okay.
mm,
So this string is a set of, or you can say you can call a list of characters. In some other terms you can say like that, but in Python list is a different entity altogether than string,
mm.
okay. Now there is a major difference between string and list in Python.
List.
What is that? String is immutable,
See,
means you
mm.
cannot, if you have a string
Alter the
like that,
size.
like say s is equal to India, okay. If you want to alter, or if you want to change some character, say you want to change this n to m, okay, you cannot do that. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot do that. You cannot change the content of any position in the string, okay.
Yes.
But in case of list, you can easily do that thing, okay. So list
Okay.
is always mutable. The term mutable means you can alter the content, you can change the content of the entity. And the
Mm.
uh, word immutable, what should I write here?
Modify.
Immutable. It seems like a signature, whatever. Anyway, this is immutable, okay. So immutable means you cannot alter the content of that particular entity. So string is immutable, and your
List is
list is mutable.
mutable
That means you can change the content of the
of the
list
entity.
at any time, okay. Okay, I want to explain a bit on it. Just save it. Suppose say s1 is a string, okay.
Mm.
So India, in memory, how this will be stored?
Sequence of characters.
Hmm. In memory, somewhere this India will be stored. Sorry, India will be stored as a constant, as a literal, and the address of this area is stored in a variable. You can say a reference whose name is s1. So we can say s1 refers to India. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if you want to, if you want to change the content of the string in that way, say s1, say 1. So this is the 0th position. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you want to change the content of one position, means you want to change this n to m, so this will raise an error. Okay. So you cannot change the content of any item inside a string. Okay. Now what happened if I write, say, India, say I am writing Bengaluru,
Mm.
what will happen? Will it give you an error? No, it will not give you an error. It will be okay. Then you can say that okay, now we are able to change the content of the string s1,
Mm.
but these two are different. Here you are trying to change the content of the string that has been referred
Mm.
by s1,
Mm.
but here what you are doing, you are changing the reference. That means
Reference.
some, in some place in memory you have Bengaluru, just like India you have Bengaluru, okay.
Mm.
Now after doing this command, after executing this command, this whole reference is now changed. Now S1 is referring to Bengaluru, not the older string, that India. So
India.
India
Mm.
is there in the memory as it was. You cannot change any content of India. Rather, now your S1 starts pointing to Bengaluru, and forget the place of the memory where India is stored. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
these two are different things. These are not same things at all. Okay, so in that
Okay.
sense, a string is immutable, but in case of list, you can always change the content. Say you have a list L1, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay. You can always change the content L1, say
Oh,
1 is equal to 20. So your list will be like 1,
20.
20, and 3.
3.
So your list is mutable. That means you can change the content of the list, but string is immutable. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So just let me do some demonstration part of list. Ideally, for quick demonstration, we will use this ideally part, and we will write a program on this VS Code. You can write the code in VS Code also, but
Okay.
just see here. Say I'm going to create a list. Say A is equal to, like that, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. This will give you a list. If you want to print the list in this shell, you can just like that, or you can use print command A. That will also give you this thing. Okay, so in shell you
Mm.
can write this piece of code. In VS Code, if you want to do that thing, okay, so you have to
Mm.
create a terminal here, okay, and you need to create a file just like the test py. Here, say A is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30, like that. Okay, then print A. Okay, so you have to write a program, then you save that program, then you go run without debugging. See here, you are getting the output. Okay, so for quick reference, we will use this ideally. Later we will do a complete program on VS Code. So this is a list. Okay, so here is your list. Now, if you want to access a single individual element of a list, then how can you do that? Say you want to print
Index position.
a 2. So what it will print? Tell me.
2 will bring 33.
33, because the index position is started with
Starting from 0.
0. So 1, 1 is your 0, and A2 will be your 33. Okay. Okay. Now see here, we can use, means if we want to alter, if you want to change the value at any position, say A2, I would like to change the value from 33 to 300. Take, see, the value of the list has been changed at this position. Okay, so it is possible. So list is mutable, and we can alter the values inside a list. Okay. Okay. Now B takes the create a list of strings, the name of countries. Okay. Now, if you want to create a list from a null list or an empty list, then how can you do that? Say C is equal to list, empty list. What is C? C is an empty list. Now you want
Mm.
to insert the data, different items
Mm.
inside this list C.
C list.
Then how can you
Mm.
do that? Say I want to take this data and want to
Mm.
insert in C, then what we will do? List have some
C of.
functions, inbuilt functions with it. Okay.
Mm.
So what we can do? You can use a function called append
Mhm.
or add. Say I'm using append. It will be append. I will show you to get the whole available functions for a list.
Yeah.
The append. Now, what this append function is doing actually, it is adding a content inside that list. Okay. Now see the
Yes.
content of the list.
C.
C
It is
C
Delhi.
contains Delhi. Now you want to append another element which you will take from the previous list B. Okay. Say B is a zeroth element. You want to add it. It's been added to C. Print C. See now C get Delhi and India. Right.
Mm.
Now if you want to append another element, and that element you are taking from the list A, that you can also add here. Okay. So
Mhm.
initially you are taking a null string, right, an empty
Mm.
string, and gradually you can populate that particular empty string to get the data. Okay, fill the data inside
Okay.
that list, empty list. Okay, so
Okay.
this will be particularly necessary when you are mm, taking inputs from user and insert the data in a string. Okay,
O- Okay.
so we will do a program very soon. Okay, now see how many lists we have with us. One is your A, another is your B,
B
and another is your
and
C.
C.
Okay, now lists are capable enough to mm, add themselves. What will happen if I add these two lists, A plus B? You can do this kind of operation. See here what happened. This is the A
Mhm.
and this is your B. So both lists are concatenated together to form a new list. And you can easily store the currently you are not storing this whole list into some variable. Okay. So you can
Yes.
refer this variable, refer this list, the new list, maybe say
B is equal
B,
to
B is equal to,
A
oh
plus
fine,
B.
B is your new list. Got it.
Okay.
So in this way, you can perform concatenation. This A plus B means concatenating two lists together. Just like a string, you can concatenate the two lists together to form a
Okay.
whole new string. Got it?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, just a minute. So everyone is understanding now? Anyone have any problem? Okay, fine. Now go to the next part of the slide. List traversal. Fine. So we can traverse a list just like an array. That is list traversal. You understand the term traversal, na? I hope.
Yes.
Traversing an array just like that. Okay. You can traverse a list with the help of loop. Okay. Now,
Mm.
how can you traverse? The most common way to traverse the element is using a for loop. Okay. So how can you traverse?
Okay.
See here. There are two varieties how you can traverse a list. One is like that. For C in flowers. You remember what is flower? Flower is
Yes.
this. This one,
Yes.
this list. Okay,
Mm.
rose, lotus, and lily. Okay. So for C in flowers, I hope you remember this kind of for loop. Now we have completed
Yes.
in the iteration part
Yes.
of this class. So for C in flowers means if your flowers have rose, then lily, then lotus. Okay. So how this loop will iterate? So this loop will iterate like that. So it will traverse this list in this way, and for each element it will represent each element by C. C, this C. So for C in flowers means for each element. Okay, this is for each. For each element, every element is represented, is identified by the name of this C.
See.
Okay, in this list. Okay, so for C in flowers, print C. That means for the first time, this C will get the value rose. When the loop iterate for the next time, it will get the value lotus.
Lily. Lily or lotus.
Again it will iterate and it will get the value later, lily, like that. Okay, so this is the most common way of iterating over a list in Python. And the next is just like an array we did in our earlier programmings like C, C++, Java, etc. Okay, see, we are using an index here for I in range len numbers. Now what is a len? Len, you use that len in your string class. Okay, so len will give
Mm.
you the length of the, means how many items are there in the list. Okay, if you have
String.
3 items, so len will give you 3. Okay, if it is f, so len will give you 3. Okay, so now how this loop will work? For I in
0
range
to 3.
3, this range 3 function will generate. Okay, this range 3 function will generate these numbers 0, 1, and 2.
1, 2.
That means 3 minus 1, this 2. So it will start from 0 and it will give 1, 2,
0.
range
Length
3.
minus 1.
Okay, you remember, if you give range 1 comma 3, then what will it will give? So it will
Lily.
start from 1 and it will give up to 3 minus 1. That
Minus
means
1.
whatever you give in the last parameter. Okay, so the number will be 1 less than that. Okay,
Yes.
the last number will be 1 less than that. Okay, so this range function will generate 0, 1, and 2. So I in, what happens now? I in 0, 1, and 2. So when I get the value 0, so number I, okay, means number is another array, number is another list. We have taken this list, okay, as number.
Mm.
Okay, so number 0, okay, equal to number 0 multiplied by 2. That means what it will do? It will multiply every values of this list by 2 and store back into the same position. Okay,
Mm.
this will be done using this loop. Okay, let's do a program, or let's iterate a list in our, ideally. See, so this is your D. So I'm iterating over D. So for say X in D, I'm printing the value of X. See here, each and every value have been printed. Okay,
Mm.
so you are iterating over this list. Now the same iteration you can do in other form. So how? For I in
Go to
range,
range
how many
0 to
range means how many elements are there? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
9.
7, 8, 9. So you can directly write 9. I'm just showing you print d of I. Okay, so it will give you all the elements, right? Now in place of 9, see, when I am writing 9, I have already counted the list. Na? So if your list
Huh.
is dynamically populated, or you do not want to count
Len
actually
function.
the content of the list, so that is not a process, then you can do it by using this len. Okay, len d. So this len d will automatically calculate the number of items for you,
Yes.
and it will put it inside the range function. Got
Okay.
it? So this way you can iterate. Okay. Now suppose we are taking this A list. A. A contains all integer. Now what you want to do? You want to multiply, you want to double each and every element inside that particular string, by particular list. Okay. So what you will do? You will iterating
Or,
for I in range
mm,
len A. What you will do? A of I is equal to A of I
into I,
multiplied by what?
I
2.
two. Or,
So the list have been updated. Now we are going to print the list. Now see, every item of A is been multiplied by 2, doubled. Got it? So this way you
okay.
can iterate over a list, just like an array.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, what is there? Okay. A for loop over an empty list never executes the body. That is a simple thing because it has
It's an
nothing
empty.
to iterate, so it will not execute. This will never happen. Okay. List operations. See, you can perform, we have already seen it, you can perform addition between two lists. That means you are actually appending, you are actually trying to append the two lists. Okay. And obviously
Mm.
these two lists need not to be of same length. You can append a variable length strings together, so they will
Okay.
form a new list. Next, you can use this multiplication operator also. This will repeat, means what? See here, if you write like this, so this 0 will be repeated 4 times to form a list. See here, this will generate this list. Got it? Now
Mm-hmm.
if you write like this is a list contained with 3 elements and multiplied by 3. So what it will do? It will create a new list by repeating these values. See, how many times? 3
Three
times.
times.
That's the significance of this 3. Okay. So this is the characteristics of using multiplication operator with list. Okay, that will repeat the elements 4 times, so 3 times. Okay, fine. You got it,
Yes.
this slide? Okay. Coming to next, so slice operator means this colon. Okay, these are some nice function over list. See here, see, this is a list. Okay,
Okay.
now see, if you write something like that, T13, understand, it is the start. Okay, and it is the end position. Okay,
Rain.
so if you do
Mm.
not mention anything over here, so it is equivalent to T starts from 0th position and it will go up to end.
Up to N.
It will go up to end. Okay, so here if T13 is given and now another thing, say suppose t, x and y is given. So what it will do? It will start from, it will start the
X
sublist,
position.
you can say sublist, a subset of the list,
Mm.
starting from x and going up to, tell me
Y.
how far? No,
Y
y
minus
minus
1.
1, y minus 1. Okay, up to y minus 1 position. So here t1 colon 3 means 0, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, but it will stop here. It will start from 1 and it will go to up to 2 positions. So B and C will be printed. See here, B and C is printed. Got it?
Mm.
Now, if you write T colon 4, that means you are missing the first operand. Then
Correct.
what will happen? It will start from the
It
very
start
beginning,
from 0.
0, and it will go up to 0, 1, 2,
Learn
3.
minus 1.
4 minus 1, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So A, B, C and D. A, B, C, D will be printed. Got it?
Mm.
Now if you miss the second operand, what will happen?
Till the end.
It will start
Starts
from
from
3
3.
and it will move up to last. Okay. So what is the third position? 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the third position. It will move to the last, move up to last. Hence DEF is printed. Got it? So
Yes.
this thing, these nice little things will facilitate you to iterate over the street literal, or get the sublist, subset of the list with a single command. Now think, in case of Java or C or C++, if you have an array like that, and if you want to get a subset of that array, then what you have to do? You have to write a loop, you have to do some other operations to do the similar kind of job over there. Na? So Python gives you the shortest form of that operations.
Yes.
Okay. So next, we will omit the first index. The slice will start from the beginning. Okay. If we omit the second, okay, we have completed saying these things. If we omit both, so it will start to end.
Printing all the.
Whole list will be printed. Sorry. Slice operator on the left hand side of an assignment can update multiple elements. Means, see here, t13 is equal to xy. That means 1, 2, 3, all the elements will be replaced by these elements. Okay, see here, what
Okay.
is 1? Say this is 0, this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. So t1 colon 3, what that mean? It will start from
From
1 and it will
first
go up to
position.
2. So 1 and 2 will be replaced by these values. Got it? So see here, these values have been replaced. Okay. So
Mm.
these are the things that you can do with the slice operator. Obviously, these are not the only things. I think something is missing from here, that is a reverse. So I will demonstrate it ideally. You got this idea, na? This
Yes.
slide.
Yes.
See here. Okay, let me show you. Let me take that particular list first. That is D. Okay. So in D, from say uh, 0, 1, 2,
Mm.
3, 4. So 2 to 4, I am writing 2 colon 4. I want to change the value with some other values. What value I can give? Say give some minus value, 500. No, I'm giving some value like that, 5001 comma 5002. Okay. So what happened in D? See here. these two values have been changed. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Now, what
Mm.
will happen if you mention from 2 to 4, but you are providing multiple values? Any guess?
Mm. It
Yes,
will not take the third. Oh, it has taken the third one.
it is taken, it is replaced. Okay, now,
Okay, it is appended.
yeah, I am giving
Yes.
few more values 4, comma 5.
So new values will be appended and the old values get replaced
Now we are
in that
finding,
position.
see here what
Mm.
happens. Okay, so the value have been positioned inside that place. Okay, now
Mm.
the length of the D list has been increased. Okay, so it has been
Mm.
inserted inside. So this is one way you can insert some new values in a list. Okay,
Okay.
okay, fine. Now see, if you want to, I am taking the a shorter list. Okay,
Mm.
now if you try to go this way, say 4, so what it will print? It will start from 0,
Zero, 3,
1, 2, 3. So up to
88.
88 it will print. Oh.
Mm.
Now what happened if you are printing like that, minus 4, nothing. What it will do?
It will take the negative indexing.
Negative indexing means it will start from right hand side.
Right answer.
Okay, so it will not print right hand side, it will start printing in this direction, but it will, from where it will start, that will be taken from the reverse
The
direction. Okay,
reverse direction.
so minus 4 is, say this will be your 1.
The
When you are
44.
traversing from
1,
right
2,
hand side,
3, 4,
you will start
22.
from 1, not from 0. Okay, so just print it first. So 44,
44.
so it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the starting position. Since I told you that the left hand side of this colon signifies the starting position and the right hand side is the ending position. Okay, so it is
Mm.
trying to find from where it will start. So it will start from minus 4 position, means it will start from the reverse direction at the minus 4 position. Now how it will come to minus 4 position? By taking the last one is as 1, last but one as 2, 3, and 4, like that. Okay, got
Okay.
it?
Got it.
Okay, now what will happen if you want to, stop here, means you want to print this one. Okay, so this is your minus 1, this is your minus
Minus 2.
2. So can I put here minus 2? What is happening? Why it is
In
minus
that
2?
range it is.
When you are giving the last value, so remember, it will means the loop or the iteration, or you may say the list will take just one before the element. That means if I am giving minus 2 here, so our printing will stop at minus 3. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Got it?
Mm.
One minus position of the last element. So minus 2, minus 1. What is happening? Minus 3. So it will print minus 4 to minus 3. You are getting it, na?
Yes.
So what you have to give if you want to print these values, this thing I want to print from reverse
Minus,
direction.
okay, minus 4 to minus 1.
No, minus 4, if you give minus 4, so it will start from 44, because this is
Mm.
1, 2, 3,
Ah,
and 4. I want to print this thing.
okay, 22. Then minus 5.
Yeah. You can give -5,
till -1.
-1. So there can be a short question form like that. So this is equivalent to this one, na?
Hmm.
Hmm. But this is taking from the reverse way.
Negative index.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are the all things. This minus indexing has been missed in the PPT as I am showing it here. Okay. So these are the things that you can do with the slice operator. What is there? The slide, next slide. Okay. So there are some, I told you, there are some system defined methods, or Python have some built-in methods for every of
Mhm.
its data structure. Okay, list are one of them. So list have these methods. Okay, I have collected these methods, and what you will do, you will just read all these individual methods and try to explore
Mhm.
this thing. Okay, so these are
Okay.
very simple. Count x means it will count how many items are there. Means the if a list is containing some elements, this x is the element of the list. You are trying to, by using this count, you are trying to count how many times this x appears in the list.
List.
That means the frequency of x. Okay, you remember uh, there is a program that you might do in Java or C in C++. It's a very
Mm.
famous program that takes some input in, takes some words
Element or words from
or
that and put
numbers
it
in an array
differently.
and count how many times they are appear in the array. Na?
Yes.
So how many lines you have to write if you write a program
Yes.
in C, Java.
Program in C
So
or
here
Java.
you do not have to write more than one line. Just count x.
Mm.
Enough. Okay. Now see here reverse. Okay, this reverse function will generate the list by reversing the,
In the reverse order.
yeah, exactly. So see the advantage of having this list data structure, because see Python is not for the, means all those kinds of simple programming. Okay,
Mhm.
uh, the main aim of Python is in its use in those kinds of program like in machine learning or data science.
Mhm.
These are the domains. Okay, artificial intelligence. Okay, here Python is heavily used, and in those fields, if you are developing an algorithm or if you are implementing an algorithm, then you should not waste your time by developing a stack, by developing a list, by iterating
Correct.
over the arrays. Okay, so these all functions are very time efficient, and they have been already provided by the Python so that you can concentrate, okay, on the actual logic of those subjects. You do not have to think
Correct.
over how to remove an item from the list. Just you have this function remove
Already built-in
x,
function.
that x item will be removed from the list. Just so simple. Okay, if you want to insert an item, you just
And
say
this
the position
position.
and the item, so it will insert that. Now you think, if you want to do that kind of insertion in a programming language like C, C++, or Java, what you have to do, if you are taking an array, then all you have to do, you have to shift the elements in the array.
Elements to the next
Okay,
position.
then you have to
Identify
make the
indicate.
position, you have to insert the value. And if you are implementing a linked list, then what will happen, you have to write a quite good number of lines to implement all those data structures, na? So these are the
Yes.
advantages of Python, using Python. And
Mhm.
these are some examples I have given for you. Okay, so how
Mhm.
can you delete reverse? See here you can find fruit count. So in this list, apple appears twice, I think. One here,
Mm.
yeah, one is here and another is,
At the last.
yeah,
Last but
apple
one.
and apple. So
Last but
twice,
one.
so two is there. Okay, just like that. Okay, now reverse. The whole list has been reversed in this way. Fruit dot index. So it will find the sorry, it will find the index of this item, and sort. Another essential function is sort. So it will sort the entire list within a second. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this list is very means the length of this list is very less. But even if you have thousands and thousands of elements inside a list, so this sort function is quite efficient. Means very efficient function to sort the entire list within a very less
Mm-hmm.
amount of time. Okay.
Okay.
Now, two three functions are there that I will demonstrate. One of them is your pop. Now, what pop will do? Pop will remove the last element from the
Last
list and
element.
it will return the element to you. Okay, so pop means you get the idea. Pop from where?
Yes.
Stack.
Stack.
Okay,
The topmost element.
yeah. Now the next slide we have del statement is clearly
Delete.
deleting, is used to delete a particular element. Although you can
Mm.
delete a particular element from a list by using remove function. See here, there is a function called
Mm.
remove. This item will be removed. Okay. Mm, remove the first item from the list whose value is equal to x. Okay. But if you want to delete by mentioning the position, means if you want to
Mm.
do not, you do not want to delete by the name of the item, by the position of the item, means you want to delete
Then
say third position in the list, then how can you do that? You
you
cannot
have to.
do that thing using the remove function. Then you have to use this del. Okay, so del a0, so it will remove the 0th position element from the list. Okay,
Mm.
now you can delete a whole set of
Range.
items range. Okay, so del a 2 colon 4, here this 4 is again the same thing from 2
Length
3
minus 1.
4 minus 1 means 2 to 3 items will be deleted.
Should be
Okay,
get deleted.
now here this del a
Delete
colon,
everything.
it will delete everything. Okay, now if you use this del command like this del a, so it will remove the entire list.
Mm.
So you have to be very much careful when you are using this del command in your project or program. Okay, this will
Okay.
delete everything inside a list. Maybe your list is been
List.
populated for quite a period of time during the program life. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but once this uh, command is executed del a, it will erase everything. So you have to be
Okay.
cautious, you have to be careful to use this del command. Okay, now there is a difference between list and string. I hope these things will be clear now. List is an
Yes.
ordered sequence of object types. This is important. Okay, list is a sequence of object types. That means the elements are there, are type of objects. Maybe different types of objects are there, but string is a sequence of characters. Some inside a string you have different characters, or you can say a string contains uh,
Sequence of characters.
sequence of strings also, you can say like that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the type of the elements in string in list are objects. Okay, the and the other thing is list is mutable, string is immutable. Okay, 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 so this ends the uh, slide here, but one thing remain, that I am going to write a program on list. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so just quickly close this PPT. Now I would like to ask you, if you have any problem in any concept, you can ask me. Now we will try to write a program in list. Okay.
That multiplication operator
Hmm.
was little bit confusing.
Multiplication operator.
Yes.
Fine. It is repeating. It's not actually multiplication.
Okay.
Say, mm, i- tell me if I write say 1 comma 2, what will happen? That A list will be replaced by this new list. Nah,
Yes.
got it?
Yes.
Sorry, using CLS comment. So A is now this. Okay. So I'm making it
One
short
comma.
so that you can
Mm.
understand. Okay.
Entire list is getting replaced by
Yeah.
1 and 2.
New reference. It is getting new reference.
New reference,
Okay.
correct.
Now I am taking B equal to A multiplied by 3. Just let's do it fast. Then we will
Mm.
show. See here. This
Okay,
B
same
is
elements is
now a
repeating.
new
Mm.
list which has been created by
A
repeating
list,
the list
element of A,
A. How many times? Three times. 1, 2,
3
1,
times.
2, 1, 2. And it is getting new. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay. Now I can
Repeating.
write like that. C is equal to 1 comma 2 multiplied by 3. The same result you will get.
Mm.
See here.
He will have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mm.
Got it? So this
Got it.
is not multiplication. This is actually repeating. Okay.
Repeating. Okay. Nice. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So we will do a program just like say I'm giving a name, say demo list. Demo
List.
list.py. Okay. What can I do? What can we do? I'm assuming that I will take some input. Okay. Let's first brief what can we do. Okay. Just I have no prior idea that we will write this kind of program. Just I am going I just want to show you some operations on list when you are actually doing the program. Okay. So let's
Okay.
think in that way. We will create a list of some names. Okay, maybe a list of some names of countries or names of some human beings. Okay, so we will take input from the user one name at a time, and we will insert that name into a list. Okay, so let's first create it. So what we are now doing, we will create a list which will be dynamically populated with some names that will be taken input from user. Okay,
Use.
so I am giving I have we have to give a name to the list. So I am giving name as names. Make it a empty list. So by writing these, I am taking a names, okay, and assign it a empty list. So a reference has been created. Okay, a reference has been created, and the reference is your names. Now what you
Names.
will do, you will take input from the user
Mm.
and you will
And
insert the
add it
name into
into the
that list.
list. Names
Okay,
list.
see here. Now when we declare name as a list type, see what is the advantage of using this VS code, why I am coming here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
although we can do it in this ideally also. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
VS code will give you this kind of feature. If you have the right extension, space a dot, you will get the whole
Mm.
list of available methods. See here,
Yes.
these are the
Clear.
methods:
Mm.
append, clear, copy. You have
Mm.
already found it in the PPT now. So these are the
Yes.
methods available that you can use in list. So you do not have to remember anything actually. Okay, if you are preparing for any examination, then obviously you should remember the thing. But while you are doing your projects, okay, while you are writing a program, if you are using an editor like that, VS Code is not the only one you can use. anything IntelliJ hai, or you can use Eclipse. Okay, maybe
Mm-hmm.
Anaconda, PyCharm is another. Even in Ideally also. So you do not have to remember while you are programming all the things. I do not personally remember anything. I just put a dot and find the appropriate method, okay, which is suitable for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm using this VS
For
Code
this
for
VS
writing this
Code.
program specifically. So now what we will do, we will take input how many names you want to enter. We will ask user, okay. So let's take in is equal to what I will write
Input,
int input
input, enter a num
enter
enter the list of
how
list.
many names. How many names you want to enter? I'm just using asking user. So user will enter say 4, 5, 10, whatever. Okay.
Mm,
I have to iterate. I have to create a loop
mm,
for I in range over that number. Now,
in number. Mm.
so how this I value will get the value? This I value will get the value from 0, 1, 2,
0
3,
till
dot 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 up to n minus 1.
mm,
So our list will be populated from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n minus 1 if we use that index. Okay. If we do not want to use that index, in fact, we will not use the index. Okay. What we can do, say str is equal to, I'm taking input. Directly I'm asking user input, enter the name. Now I can do names
name.
dot insert. I have insert. Na?
Mm.
Rather, I will not
ID.
insert. I will append because it is an empty list. Okay,
Mm.
it is an empty list. So at
Correct.
the end of empty list, at the end of the list, I am inserting the value str.
Pending.
Got it? Now what happen if you want to use this insert? No problem. You can also use the insert command, but make it simple with append. Okay. Now see here, these two lines can be combined together. If you replace this str by this whole unit, then you can squeeze this to up to single line. You got it?
Mm. Yes, yes.
I am just copying it and replacing it over here. Okay, you can do it
Mm.
like that so that our program will get
Reduce the number of
reduced one line. Okay, okay, let's run it first. So I'm just trying to print names. Let's do it.
names.
Saving it, save it, run it, run. Start without
So
debugging.
did
See here how many names I'm giving, say 5 names. Say enter the names. See, this list has been formed. Got it? So this is the list how which you have been created dynamically. Okay.
mm.
Okay. Fine. Now, what we can do with this list? Let's do some searching. Okay. Means
Okay.
we want to search a particular name inside that
Rahul.
list. Okay. So searching.
Mm.
Now, while we are searching inside a list, we will follow the same old fashion. Means that we have already experienced in C, C++, and Java and some other programming languages. Na? So we will
Mm.
use that experience to do the program over here. Okay. So according to that kind of programming language, what was the logic? First, you input the name to search. Na?
Mm.
So let's ask user, Say I'm giving the search item name as key. Okay,
Okay.
input. Enter the name to search. So I'm asking user enter the name to search. Okay.
Mm.
So now I will search it in the array, in the list using a for loop. So which for loop I can use? I've already shown you two kinds of for loops by using one index, by using
In
another thing.
and range.
The, no, not range. By using what?
For I in C.
So name in
Mm.
names, right?
Names.
Names is my list, so you have to provide the list name here, and this is the item name. You can give anything. You can give n, you can give names. I am giving name. Okay. So for each name, you have to remember this for is like for each.
Mm.
For each name in names,
The
what
names.
I will do, I will check if this name is equal to key. For simplicity, I am using this double equal to operator. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can use see the dot operator
Equals.
dot this e dot see equal dot, so you can use see I'm searching a suitable function for me.
Mm.
I want to compare two strings. Okay, is there any suitable functions present?
Mm.
Currently I am not finding. Okay, so in this way you can use the dot operator. Say I'm just writing like that, key is equal to name. Obviously there is equal to operator over there. If key is equal to name, then you are printing print key class is found in list. Got it?
Mm.
You
Else.
got it?
Yes, sir.
Now if you have found the key, then there is no
One
question to
variable to
run the
be
loop, so you break it.
break then.
Okay. Now what happen if the key is not found in the array?
Else.
You cannot put an else part here, as you know. So you have to check something. Okay, whether this condition has been take place or not. Okay,
Mm.
so how to print not found? Okay, first run it.
Out of the loop.
Yeah, we will do it. Just first run it. Okay, enter some name to search. Then for each name in the names key, if it is equal to this one, so it will found present in the list. Okay, so if
Mm.
you run it, what will happen? So this list will be created. Suppose you provide Virat. Okay, so in this loop, each element starting from the beginning, so it will search. So this is first name. So name is equal to Virat. No, Rahul.
Mm.
So second name, name is equal to Virat.
No.
No, name is equal to Virat. No, name is equal to Virat. Yes.
Yes.
So it will be printed. Key is found in the list. Then
And
that will the
come
loop
out
will
of
be
the
break.
loop. Mm.
But suppose I am giving some other name, say Hardik. Okay. So
Mm.
it will search for the entire loop, but it will not find any
It is
match.
not find.
But here in program we also did not mention what will happen if the item is not found. So how to do that?
So nothing will. Mm.
In the simplest way, you can use a flag variable. So make it a false. Whenever you found an element, make the flag
It is
variable equal
the
to
true.
true, true. Okay. Now, after coming out of the loop, you are checking if
Flag is
flag, then you are printing uh, if flag, if not flag, na, if
mm,
flag is equal to true, then what
it's
we will
already
print?
written.
The item is found, but that we already have been print over here. So
Mm,
there is no meaning of printing that line twice. Okay. So if the flag is not true, that means if the flag is
mm,
false. Okay. You can write if flag equal to false also, but this is more sophisticated way of writing the thing. So key comma, this unwanted helps I do not like at all. Found list. That's all. Got it.
mm.
This is the way of searching in the list in our old fashion. Okay, now we have to run this one time. How many items? Say three items. Name. Say I'm giving name like this: A, B, B, B,
Maybe.
and C,
Mm,
C, C. Okay. Now searching. Say B, B, B. I'm searching. See, B, B, B is found in the list, right?
mm.
Now I'm running the program once again. So how many items? Three items. Name A, B, 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 C, C, C. Search E, E, E. See, E, E, E is not found in the list. Got it?
Yes.
So this is the way how you can do a searching in Python. But
Built-in function.
searching, see how Python makes the whole thing so easy. If names, sorry, if key in names print key found, else print
He is not found.
not found. As simple as that. Just one line. He is found,
Mm,
he is not found. Okay. So I would like to comment it out to here. Just writing like that. Okay. So what will happen?
mm.
Just taste it. My mouse. Say how many items? Say three items.
Three items.
A, B, 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 C, C, C. Name to search, say C, C, C. C, C, C found, right?
Yes.
You got C, C, C found. Now write one more time. And you are searching
DDB.
some www. www is not found. As simple as that. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's do more things just with this, and thereafter we will finish the task. So if found, we want to delete that particular element.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we do it? If found, so if found is here, inside that, what we will do? We will remove. How to remove? Names
Mm,
dot remove. Inside that, you provide the value key. It will remove that particular item from the list. Okay. And here When we are printing the list, you will find the items has been removed from the list. See here, say the list item is your 3,
A.
A, B, 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 C, C, C. Now B, B, B I am trying to find. See here, item B, B, B found, and it has been
And
removed
it is
from the
removed.
list. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. The last thing, want to show you just like that. If the, say suppose if the key is not found, then what you want to
Mm.
do, you want to create a string, means your see, just by, you want to reverse, maybe I'm doing some
Okay.
reverse operation to show you, say what is your names, okay, dot
Reverse.
reverse, like that. You can do anything. I'm just taking that,
Mm.
I want to show you how these things will be reversed. Okay,
Okay.
let's try.
3.
See, 3 items, A, B, B, B,
Reverse.
C, 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 and I'm trying to find triple Y, which is obviously not present in the list. What will happen? The
It will
whole
reverse the string will be, list will be
list has been
reversed.
reversed. Got it?
Yes.
Just just 1 minute. Okay. So you got it, na? Okay, fine. So
Yes.
that
Clear.
was a complete program. You
Mm.
can use the list. I will send you some exercise on list. So try
Okay.
to do some programs from there. Okay,
Okay. I'll do
and
it.
you can ask me whenever if you have any problem, found any problem while doing
Okay.
the program. Okay, you have to be very
Mm.
clear with list, and if you are clear with list, then all other data types or the data structure part will be clear to you. Okay,
Okay.
because the
Okay.
tuple is straightforward linked with list, set also. Dictionary
Mm.
is different, okay,
Mm.
than list and tuples, but you will, if you have a clear idea on list, then dictionary will also be easy to you. Okay,
Okay. Fine.
so that is all about for today. Just close it. See here, one thing, say a string is like that. I'm just remembering the thing. And if you say a is equal to, inside a
Mm.
list function you are passing a, sorry, of,
Yes.
inside a list function you are passing the string. Okay,
Mm.
maybe s, or you can write directly India. So what will happen, you can
Mm.
guess. So all the characters
Are
will be
stored in this as a
stored
separate
in this
list
way.
item.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so I was trying to remember the thing inside that demo list project. Just one more thing. Yeah. I was trying to construct a string, say str is equal to,
Yeah.
just I want to add all the content of the string to form a from one. No, no, no. What I am saying, I just want to concatenate
Okay.
all the items inside this list to form a one string. Got it?
Okay.
So if you have
A
some,
B B B C C C to be
right,
as a
right, right,
string.
right. See here, say I am giving this one dot. There is a nice function called join,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to provide the name of the list. Okay. After that, just print str. What you will get? Just see. I'm just running it. I'm running it in my ideally.
Ideally. Yes.
Here enter the names, say 3, enter the names A, B, B, B,
Maybe.
and C, C, C. Name to search, I am giving some other value so that control
Okay.
goes
Found.
in the
Found.
inside the else part. Okay.
Else part. Yes.
Str equal to join
Names,
name.
I think, na?
Oh, made a mistake. It will be names. Okay. Names. Run. Names, 3 names A, B, 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 C, C, C. Name to search, triple Y.
Why
See here.
joint string is CCBBA.
See, C, 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 B, 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 A. Because the string has been reversed. Na? Here, I
Reversed.
think
Mm.
it was been
Yes.
reversed.
Yes, we have given a reverse function.
So it was been reversed. After reverse, I am using this join function. That's why C, 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 B, 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 A. Now,
Yeah,
why they are appearing just like that? Because of this thing.
because it's join
Okay.
function.
If you put comma, then what will
It
happen?
will be
It will
delimited
be
by
separated,
comma.
delimited by comma. Okay. Run 3 to find here. Isn't that amazing?
Yes,
This
it's
whole
really nice.
task we were doing in Java by writing on in C or C++ by writing at
So many
least
lines of
10 to
words.
15 lines. Okay. The simple thing, just one single line. That's why I am seeing it over here, showing it over here. Okay. Python is so mm, easy in this
Concise.
case. Okay. Very, very concise.
Makes
Very,
the
very concise.
conscience.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So
Thank you so
today
much.
we are ending here. Next day we will start with the remaining part of the data structure, that is tuple and set and dictionary. We will
Dictionary.
complete it in the next day. Okay. If
Okay.
you understand this list part clearly, then those things will be completed very quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I am closing.